See, I'll start by telling a story about what happened between me and my ex-best friend Chukudi years ago. I was dating a girl called Rose, and I've been contemplating, should I introduce Chukudi to Rose or should I not? But sooner or later, I made that decision. I went ahead and said, okay, let me introduce them both. I introduced them and they clicked. As in, they had so much to talk about. They went on and on and on about things that I did not even know. So one day, me and Chukudi, we were supposed to go out. So I went to visit Chukudi. I'm at the door and I noticed this female sleeper beside his door, and I asked Chukudi, how far? Who is around? But Chukudi just brushes it off and says, oh, don't worry. It's nobody, nothing. Don't worry yourself about it. So I'm like, okay. So I make myself comfortable while Chukudi goes and attends to his guest in his room, and I'm calm until I hear the lady's voice. And in my head, I'm like, this sounds like Rose. This definitely sounds like Rose. And I begin to get uncomfortable. I won't even lie. Very, very uncomfortable. So I said, what are the odds that another lady has a similar voice to the woman I'm dating? So I chill again and I hear the same voice. I said, nah, man, this must be Rose. So I go and knock on Chukwudi's door. I tell him, Chukwudi, how far? Something is happening in front, so come and see. Immediately, Chukwudi opens the door and barge in. And guess what? I see Rose. To be honest, I felt very betrayed. I felt very hurt. But in the heat of the moment, I just left. I just left. I did not act. I just went home. So for so many years, I've been reliving that experience. I've been hating Chukwudi for what he did, how he betrayed me. That is exactly what resentment is. You are reliving that painful past over and over and over again. And to be honest, there is nothing good that comes out of holding such in your heart. The only thing that happens is you feel hurt, you feel disempowered, and you feel like the victim. There's always that one point in our lives where stuff just happens and we honestly can't let it go. So we avoid those uncomfortable conversations. We avoid the emotion under our anger. We avoid the thought of responsibility and stay in the role of victim. You see, there's nothing positive that comes from resentment. The only thing that comes from resentment will be bitterness, anger, hostility, disappointment, and so on. Some signs of resentment will be recurring negative feelings of the people or situation that hurt you. So you feel frustration and anger towards those people, those negative emotions, or you just can't stop thinking about the situation or what happened, or you feel remorseful. You feel like if you could go back, you would have made a better decision, or you avoid people or situations that trigger those unwanted wrongdoing. The best way to treat resentment would be by talking to a psychologist or a psychiatrist. And the right way depends on the individual and the cause. But at the end of the day, it involves a lot of forgiveness and you making peace with whatever has happened so you can move on with your life. In the meanwhile, try extending compassion to yourself with mindfulness and kindness. Practice empathy. Look at things from a different perspective. You see, there's a beautiful quote that I read online. It said, gratitude is the wine of the soul. Go on, get drunk. You see, rather than focus on those negative experiences, those experiences that hurt you, focus on the positive aspect of things. A lot of positivity can add happiness to your life. You see, focus on the people you love. Focus on what you love doing. And I will end by giving you a quote by M. Malaki. It says, resentment is like taking a poison, waiting for the other person to die. Have a lovely day.